I like to get too much feedback here. I'm Gunnery Sergeant Williams. I'm the Director of Operations for Historical Educational Programming for the United States Marine Corps Historical Company. Myself and Gunnery Sergeant Sullivan are going to be talking about some technology that was used during war. And my friend here, Mr. Tom Ring, is a collector, and we'll be talking about some of the other small arms technology that was being used during World War II. Now, the first weapon we're going to talk about, though, is going to be a little bit different from the tracked vehicles and the helicopters and such that you've seen. And it's technology that actually goes back many, many thousands of years. And that's the use of fire as a weapon. In fact, as long as man has been able to ignite fire, he's been using it against his fellow man in warfare. Now, during the Greek and Byzantine times, like that, they used it at sea. You've probably heard of Greek fire. But during the Middle Ages, it kind of dropped out into use as a primary assault weapon until the beginning of the 20th century. And then during World War I, the innovative German military came up with the concept now that technology had finally caught up, allowing fire to become man-portable. The weapon was designed that you could have a pressurized tank using straight gasoline to be able to spray against an enemy. The problem being, though, is the idea of a flamethrower is not to burn your enemy, but merely to have it suffer incapacitation. In fact, when you're burning when you have fire, you're not even burning fuel. What else are you burning? Anybody? You're burning oxygen. And that's one of the biggest things we were trying to look at with a flamethrower. You're using that flame to cover a fixed position, such as a bunker or a cave during World War II, to basically try to suck the oxygen out of that position, incapacitate the enemy, and allow them to be able to get close enough with small arms or a satchel charge or some explosive device to be able to take them out. Like I say, the problem was with straight gasoline shooting out of a pressurized tank, even at the beginning of World War II, you only had an effective range of about 30 or so yards. And you had to keep constant flame impingement on your enemy. That means you are carrying a big gas tank on your back, and while you're trying to burn them, they're trying to shoot you. Not necessarily a user-friendly weapon. So by 1944, the United States finally caught up in technology. In fact, we actually copied technology off of the Japanese and started developing a new type flamethrower. You see the gun he's carrying here? This is a Mark II-2 flamethrower. It's designed not only to shoot straight gasoline, but jelly gasoline, what we call napalm today. And gelling the gasoline had two decided advantages. The first of all, it thickened it, basically like squirting jello through a nozzle. It increased that range from about 30 yards up to 70 to 80 yards, depending on the pressure you're operating at. And it basically also means that you did not have to keep constant flame impingement on your target. It meant that now, instead of all the product burning in air as it goes through the air, it now means that just the surface is going to vaporize and burn, leaving a liquid core that would go out, hit its target, spread out, and continue to burn. Now, this particular unit, I know the guys really want me to move forward here like that because what he's holding on his back right now is 70 pounds. Now, we talk about it not being a user-friendly weapon. Although it may be devastating on the receiving end of the weapon, imagine now, boots on the ground, a Marine during World War II, Korea, or even Vietnam, carrying 4.5 gallons at 70 pounds of high-octane gel gasoline on his back. He's an instant target, and you got to get up close and personal with the enemy to use this. Now, without any further ado, we'll show you what actually this thing can do. Let's rock and roll. Whoa!
Folks, I can feel the heat from here.
Shut down.